Yo, hey, welcome everybody. We're Too Much Free Time FM, where two Malaysian friends just talk about the things they love. This week, we're going to be talking about traveling, the stories behind our travels, maybe like whatever funny thing has happened to us, and other such topics today. Coming back as a returning guest from our first guest episode, here we have Mr. Aboner over here, joining us for a season finale. Hell yeah.
Hello.
All right. So, yes, Boner is here, and my name's Snivy.
And I'm Apple.
So, traveling. Obviously, it's hard to say traveling because, like, me and Apple don't have our own finances to be like, we can travel anywhere every day, every month or every year yet. But that's why I brought in Boner, because he's mentioned that he has quite a few travel experiences. So I would be like, hey, what if we talked about like some of our experience, even if it's limited, right? Like maybe I only travel overseas like twice in my whole life, and it's good enough to get like some funny stories I can share with y'all. And if anything, I could ask like Boner for some tips maybe next time if I travel, what to expect. So I want to ask our first question. What is your favorite few places, and like just list down some of the places that you travel that you might want to talk about today.
Okay. Well, I'll start off by saying I was very fortunate enough to travel to many places due to the fact that I would say when I was younger, not so much more recently, but a lot more when I was younger, that my parents were always going on vacation to places, and then I would just tag along because this was like junior high school, kind of beginning of college time. So I was lucky enough to go to a lot of places thanks to them. They're very what's it called? Like I'm pretty sure it's not a word, but travelers people.
Travelers.
That's definitely not a word, but you know what I mean, right? So thanks to them, yeah, I got to go to a lot of places. It's kind of difficult to say what was my favorite place to go to, because I know it's going to be Japan when I go there. But honestly, I would say I liked all of them. I can't recall going to a place that was like bad. I definitely have a few interesting stories I could say. We'll start off with an easy one. So, I actually have some family. They live in the Netherlands, and this was interesting because I believe I was 19 at the time, and we went to the Netherlands to go visit them. And I remember one of the places we went to was the red light district.
Bruh.
And that was so exciting for me as like a horny 19-year-old. I went there.
Activations.
And I like legit, when you're walking down the street during the day, even more so at night, there's businesses that instead of like there's just pure glass walls at the entrance to these businesses.
You can see the shit going inside.
And no, there was just legit just strippers dancing, like, and you can see from the street view, right? Some of them topless, right? Some of them just like a bikini. But bro, I remember I was like, yes, fuck yeah.
Yes.
So that was definitely cool. I also remember, since it's the red light district, they also had legal weed there. So I remember specifically, we were walking down one of the streets, and we went to a place that was recommended by the family members, and they said it was the best vanilla ice cream you could have in the Netherlands. So we went there all together, right? We all got ice cream, and legit, it was pretty damn good ice cream. It was very creamy and kind of soft. Honestly, I can't really compare it to any other just regular vanilla ice cream I've had before. This one was like S plus plus tier. This was some good shit. But funny enough, we actually, when we left the ice cream place, right across the street was this like weed shop. So I was like, yo, mom, dad, like, can we go check it out? So they're like, okay, I guess, you know, why not? We're here in the red light district, right? Like, you're older than 18, you're fine. So we went in the shop and like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a hookah bar. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen those.
It's like those things that like you smoke through the pipe.
Yeah,
thing.
they're like
And the
these
jar? Wait, the
vase
vase?
looking pipe
yeah.
things, and then you got these tubes. So anyways, it wasn't related to the hookah thing. It's more of like, if you've ever been to a hookah bar, most of them have a similar theme, right? You know, they got like curtains and cool graphics on the wall, or like, you know, dark tables and stuff. So this weed place kind of looked like one of these hookah bars. And you know, we go in, I'm like looking at everything. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Like, legit, there was people just like, it was like a restaurant style, right? So there was booths and stuff and tables, and people were legit just in there, like, you know, weed on the table, like joints rolled up, and they were just like sitting there talking to each other, and it was so chill. I swear to God, it was so cool. But you know, obviously I wasn't 21, which I think they require you to be 21 to like use their services. I can't remember correctly, but I wasn't able to do it. Maybe because I was with my parents, and I still didn't really kind of tell them that, you know, it was college, high school time. I was still smoking weed, right? So yeah, it was really interesting to see that. I've never seen that before anywhere else. And then yeah, we went to a really cool vintage car show, and we also went, there was like it was like a train car, no, like old school trains, like steam trains, like locomotives and stuff.
Oh.
But it wasn't really like in a building. It was just kind of outside, and there was like just a whole bunch of different like variations of vintage trains and like different rail cars and stuff. So that was also cool. There was, yeah, Netherlands was a pretty cool place. But the one thing that I remember the most, this was when I discovered stroopwafels, which is like, it's like a dense, thin waffle with like,
Oh, it's like there's like jam in the middle or something.
It's not jam. It's like, I think it's like a mixture of honey and like caramel. Yeah, something like that. And it's like, yeah, it's called stroopwafel, I think.
Yeah, stroopwafel
so
should be it, yeah.
And from what I think I remember is that they kind of originated there in the Netherlands, right? So I got to taste it from the source, and like, no joke, the one that I had there that you just get at any basic grocery store is so good compared to like special order ones you can get here, right? Like that was the OG recipe they were using, and it was oof. That I remember my addiction to stroopwafels started that day. And I remember when I came back, I was like begging my mom, like, Mom, please, can we go to grocery stores like everywhere and see if we can find them? And we didn't have any luck. So yeah,
no stroopwafels for you.
Yeah, the Netherlands was definitely a very fun experience.
Wow. Damn, Netherlands, imagine being 19 and freaking getting your whole mind blown by every little red light district.
Yeah,
and weed and ice cream. Oh my god.
Oh, speaking of, it was also the first time that I've seen a boat that you put cars on. Not like cars for sale, but
ferry?
like like a ferry, but like for cars. And I remember I saw this thing and the bridge went down and I started seeing cars go on. I was like, bruh, cars on a boat? No way. I thought it was crazy.
We have those also.
No, I know they exist, but I've never like seen one in person before. Like it blew my mind. Just like Snivy was saying, it was like every little thing was so cool.
Yeah, when you never see something IRL, like we all know we can search up everything, but when you like see them in real life, it's like, whoa, what is that?
Yep.
See them with your own eyeballs.
Yeah, you can experience that shit, bro. Imagine seeing anime waifus IRL. Yeah, but that's what you did yesterday. Technically, you go to any convention. Technically, you can live the fantasy of like.
No, they don't have the same personality.
Okay, that's true. All right. What about you, Apple? What are the few places that you like really want to share?
Well, in my whole lifespan, I wrote it down somewhere. Let me just count. 1, 2,
In
3,
your
4,
existence.
5, 6, 7, 8. I went to 8 countries.
Damn.
In my I'm still pretty young.
Those
But most of them
must be deep.
no,
Okay.
I went to there like when I was like below 13. Yeah, I haven't really been out of the country since then. But yeah, the country that I had a lot of fun in was definitely Japan. But we'll save that for later. Second to that, it was actually Korea. I had a lot of fun in Korea. Yeah.
Okay, is the
Hmm?
I was just gonna quickly ask, is the street food there as good as people always say it is?
Well, like, well, it's good.
When
It's
it starts
good. Okay.
with well, it's not gonna be. It's
No.
okay.
That's a big exception to me because like my family and I we can't eat like certain things, you know. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
like that, like what pork, for example, right? Yeah. So like. I feel like a lot of places we can't really eat that their food, right? But one of their biggest like street food is definitely toppoki, rice cakes.
Tteokbokki is quite
It's
nice.
so
Those are so good. They're so
Yes, it's so good. And in Korea, it's really really good. So
good. One day, if I ever do go to Korea, that is something that I want to try there. Because obviously I've had it from like restaurants around here. I've even had like, I even have a pretty close. It's like a grocery store, but it's like Korean food, Japanese food, Chinese food, and they sell like these different packs of the tteokbokki, and I've had that too. And I don't know, it's okay, but I know that if I do go to Korea, I'll have to try it.
This is just the tip of the
Yeah.
iceberg, bro. You go there, you get experience. You know, one thing about Korean food that I can't 100% stand is that they're so heavy and hearty. A lot of them, from what I have tried.
Oh, it's so much wheat,
Yeah.
so
Like
much
every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
I eat,
noodle
like,
and bread.
and a lot of the I don't know if they're street food, but a lot of the times where I've seen they put like heavy doses of sauces, cheese, or whatever the thing. They're like very heavy. I like ate half of it. Like, oh my god, I'm so bloated.
Korean hot dog. Wait, have you tried Korean corn dog before? It's so like. Actually, you can go
Wait,
to like Family Mart and try one. Huh?
How is it different from a regular corn dog? What makes it Korean?
Okay. No, like this Korean corn dog. I've tried like 2. There are 2 types mainly in my head. One is like the batter is like crunchy and they're like potatoes on the the outside.
The one in
yeah.
the Family Mart,
like
right?
a panko?
No, they use
Yeah,
actual
they-
potato like bite-sized
Yeah.
pieces on top with the batter to make like a
Batter.
double
Oh,
crunchy.
okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the
Okay.
gochujang sauce on top to make it extra, like really spicy, and like you can add other sauce. But the main sauce is basically gochujang. Yeah, and like God, that is so hearty. After eating one corn dog, I'm like really full. Like the dog is big also.
Yo, speaking of gochujang, I fuck with gochujang. Like sometimes I make my own kimchi and I just use gochujang for like just like marinating shit. Hold on. You're You're not gonna be able to see this.
Whips out the gochujang sauce.
You're not gonna be able to see this on the podcast, but I'm holding up a big ass bag of the chili flakes.
Oh my god.
God damn.
This is hold on. This is 3 pounds.
Asian supermarket.
Hot pepper
Yeah,
powder.
this is from the Asian. This is from the Asian supermarket. Yeah, this shit is so good. I love this stuff. You can see I almost used up like half the bag already.
Damn.
The connoisseur has spoken. Man.
The chili flake connoisseur.
So aside from Korea, any more?
Any more? Well, I really enjoyed the food of Thailand also a lot, especially in the. I mean, nowadays you can't really go to these type places, these type markets, like the floating markets. I feel like nowadays it's not really that big since after COVID. But like when I went there when I was young, I have so many like my memories of like being on the boat with the guy, right, my family, right, in the market, like the guy is like rowing the boat, and
I'm
then,
sure
like,
there's gonna be
people
a
are selling
resurgence, alright?
Yeah, I'm sure, but like that was peak time.
I
when
just
was
feel like I'm gonna
younger. And then-
fall into the river, but yeah.
and then like there's like a guy selling like chicken wings on like a boat that was like rowing past, and we bought some. It was like, oh my god, it was so good.
Yo, chicken
it was-
wings on a boat. I don't think I've ever heard that's like I don't think I've ever heard those words in the same sentence before.
Damn, you think you're flying? No, you got wings on a boat, bro. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, when I was like, how old was I? I was like 8 years old or something. But it was still so cool.
Okay, let me ask, what has weirder street food, Thailand or Korea, from what you remember?
Weirdest street food.
Like, what's weirder? Really, like, you're like going down the street and you see like, I don't know, like a bull like leg or something.
I think that depends on like your own like
like-
cultural context, because like we're Southeast Asia, we
yeah.
aren't as different to Thailand as like
Mm.
Korea, right? So I feel like
We're
that,
the
I
street food-
forgot about that. I'm
yeah,
American.
it depends. It depends on which one hit apples harder as a kid. Of course, you see a bowl of chicken feet, but like as an Asian, that's like nothing, bro. That's like nothing.
Yeah, that's not that. That's not that weird.
Imagine
but,
being like, let's say, being an American, you see first time you see like drinks in plastic bags. Whoa, and I'm just like, that's just normal shit, bro.
milk in bags.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Okay, about you said chicken feet or pig feet?
Both, either one.
Okay,
both,
both,
yeah,
right.
both is very
Okay.
common.
As an American, right?
As an American.
As an American, how would you describe it to me? Because I've never had that before.
All right. Okay, obviously, Apple can eat pork. I can describe that one.
You've never had chicken feet?
No, I've never had chicken feet. I've never had pig's feet.
Oh.
No, 100%.
I-
When you wanna eat those, like chicken feet and pork feet, right? Let's say you have to really. It's a stew, or like something that's like slow cooked, and then when you eat it, like let's say, like some kind of stew, right? It's like really good because now everything is like melt off the bone type of tender.
Yeah.
And because the fat is there, it's like, oh, just slurp. It's like eating like, if I have an American, right? You know, people always say like, in like, let's say like American like cooking shows on YouTube, like bone marrow is the butter of the gods. You know, that's how you feel.
Yeah.
Here, the context is like you want something similar to that in terms of like just satiating experience. Something stewed that's chicken feet or pork feet. Pretty good, bro.
Okay, so but do you ever actually just eat them? Just like the foot itself? Do you ever just like nom on it?
Nah.
Well,
You need to cook it
actually,
properly.
in Korea,
Well, I mean, of course,
they
after
have-
it's cooked or broiled or whatever, like a cooked like chicken feet. Is it only used for like in stews or like?
Not always. You can actually also roast them. You can
Yeah,
often I find them in soups. They're also simmered in soups. So I was like, if I can have some, I just get some. It's like
Okay.
it's pretty good.
Well, how could you describe how it like tastes, how it feels?
Have you ever
know,
tried
like the
chicken neck
consistent-
before?
Chicken neck?
Yeah, you can actually eat the neck too.
No,
Yeah.
Okay, think of it. Okay, similar texture wise. Think of the wing tips from a chicken wing. That's pretty much how much meat there is on the feet. Similarly,
Okay.
just that on the feet you have a little bit more like tendons. You got like some cartilage, and obviously the skin is still there. So it's like you're not here for like purely the meat because there's not much meat on the feet. Pork is different, but pork mainly there's fat on the feet instead of like meat, right?
Well, I mean, it's good for collagen, right?
Yep.
Makes people beautiful, from what I've heard. I mean,
Yeah.
Not wrong. Not
isn't
wrong.
that like a Chinese tradition is to eat pig's feet because it's got lots of collagen, which is like makes you look young and healthy, right?
It's a good option, yeah. I wouldn't say
Okay.
it's easy to procure as you think because like it's not that cheap as you think, right? It is very affordable, but it's not as cheap. Like if I just bought like a thigh or like a chicken thigh or a chicken breast, it's like cheaper technically speaking, because there's more of that
Chicken breast
per
is cheap.
chicken.
Yeah, there's definitely more meat on an animal in its body than feet because it's only got 2 or 4 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, going back to the question, what's the weirdest food I've had? Like in Korea or like or Thailand, right? I don't know who said it. Actually, I've seen more weird food in Malaysia.
Malaysia has a bigger mix of culture, I think, like a different race diversity. than
Yes.
Highlands. That's
Okay,
why like the variety is just bigger here.
Okay, as an American, what would you say is like your weirdest food? That's even weird for you guys.
Even weird for us.
Dog meat.
I don't see that often, Apple. Don't No, you're giving them the worst misconception. No, what the hell?
Oh my
Okay,
god,
okay.
I'm never going to
Something-
Malaysia. Fuck that.
No. Something that's actually more common in Malaysia that's kind of weird to outsiders, well, foreigners that I
Damn,
see very commonly,
outsiders.
like even outside of my like kampung. Yeah, no, my neighborhood. Outside my neighborhood there, right? There's like a stall selling rabbit satay.
Rabbit is pretty good though.
Yeah, but like to foreigners, especially Westerners, they wouldn't really understand. You know, rabbit.
Okay, rabbit.
Satay.
Sure, nah. I think like they would have some game like wild game type of like meat culture. I thought they would appreciate that. Rabbit's not that
Listen,
bad.
you think rabbit is weird? Okay, I got something to one up you there. Okay, so in my hometown of Chicago, actually, right around the corner, what's it called? I was working on a job site in the South Side, and it's not not necessarily the safest there. It's a little. It's the South Side. It's not that great.
Okay.
And I remember one time during our lunch break when we were working, we went outside to our cars and we saw somebody on the other side of the street selling barbecued squirrels
Sounds good to me.
with the hair on.
Okay, that.
Unlike
Okay.
unlike a $5 grill that was like in a junkyard somewhere, and he was selling them for $1 each, and they were on like a skewer, and I was like, no way, this is real. I found out later that you can actually eat squirrel meat. It's actually okay to eat.
Yeah, it is. I've seen that before.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bro,
Maybe not
squirrel?
there, but
What?
yeah.
Okay, but like the fur being still on, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It
it
has
was
some
just
char,
somebody.
bro.
They were just trying to make a quick buck, I don't think I ever saw anybody stop by and like buy one from him, but yeah, he was
You want to
just
taste some of that
just-
3rd-degree burns?
I guarantee you the man had like a trap around the back, just catching squirrels and then
oh
just
my god.
taking them, like skewering them, and then just putting them on the grill like that.
That'd be
So
very
that was a little
funny.
bit weird for me, honestly.
Yeah. One thing I think obviously chicken feet is the most common thing you can find, like chicken feet, pork feet, or whatever. in terms of
Yeah.
Malaysian like exotic food. But I have tried like, so I don't remember which animal, but I have tried brain before, liver, like a lot of different types of organs.
Liver
very
is really
common.
good. I'm a big fan of liver.
Yeah,
Liver is
intestines
good.
are very common here. Surprisingly, here, like looking at a list of like exotic foods can be found in Malaysia, there's like cow brain here. I feel like I've
Yeah.
tried it before, but I can't remember. It's probably pretty good though.
What is it? I mean, is it like mushy? Is it how would you describe it?
How would I describe it? Obviously, generally speaking, from what I understand, is like because there is a very heavy taste to these like organs, right? They would usually cook it in like a lot of spices. So mainly they'll cook this in like either spicy green coconut curry or like curry in general, Malaysian curry. And in terms of texture, I think it's closer to like something like a liver. Yeah, something more similar to a liver, but the flavor is more stronger as like a specific taste that you get from it. But yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, maybe it's you were mentioning you're mentioning stomach before, and I've had cow stomach before. In fact, there's a popular Polish dish which uses cow stomach as like one of the main ingredients, and it's a soup that you eat during Christmas time. And so I remember when I was a kid, like my mom never told me this, right? She's like, "Oh, just eat this soup, it's good." I tried it. I was like, "It's a little bit weird, but okay." It's she seasoned it really well, so I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And then I think I was like 20 years old when I found out it was cow stomach. And by that point, I was just I loved this. I loved it so much that I just didn't care. But but funny enough, my stepsister, on the other hand, she was eating it and she found out it was cow stomach, and she's just like, nope, I'm done. That's disgusting. I was like, bro.
Damn.
Yeah, I was like, come on, you ate it all this time and it was okay, but then you find out it's the stomach, it's no good. I don't get it.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss, man.
Yeah, but cow stomach,
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, like you were saying, liver. It's also, I love liver. It's also used in some Polish dishes, so it's good stuff. Liver's really healthy for you too.
Yeah, a lot of the like I forgot what the term is for like intestines and other type of organs, but let's say like intestines a lot. There's quite often, like as I mentioned, chicken neck, chicken feet. There's so many parts. I think Asian culture just don't want to waste, so you have to try everything. To be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, have you guys ever tried like testicles though? Like,
There's bull's penis.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
calm
yeah.
down, Apple. I'm talking about
No!
testicles first, okay?
I haven't seen them. There's probably somewhere that sells it. I haven't found them yet. I wouldn't mind
So
trying. it,
neither
though.
of you've never tried it before.
Yeah, I haven't tried balls yet.
Testicle, no.
Okay. Now I guess like Apple was saying, okay, penis, right? We've all tried penis here, right?
Oh yes, baby.
I think I've tried it a
God.
bit. Yeah, bull's penis.
You got beta
I
to
don't
try cow's bull's penis. Goddamn.
Bull's penis. It's a bit common in like more rural places here.
It'd be funny if they named it like Bull Schlong, big there like on the banner.
Selling bullschlag.
No, wait. You know what people call it on the menus? Soup torpedo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Soup torpedo?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That sounds fancy. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Torpedo, yeah. Definitely sounds better than just
Torpedo.
penis.
Yeah, it needs to be marketable, man. But yeah, so like all the travel locations. Myself, I have mainly only went overseas twice. One was like Hong Kong. The other one was Japan.
Okay.
Japan was more interesting because I didn't travel with my family. I traveled with like as a school exchange program. So the whole experience is generally different compared to like if you were traveling with family, obviously you had restrictions, right? You don't want to do
you
anything.
can't really do everything when your family's there. You know, you gotta behave more, right? You can't explore, do the things like something catches your eye. You just can't be like, oh, mom, dad, you know that.
Well,
you know,
for
like,
one,
oh, no, we
it's
gotta
also
go.
it's also on the simple fact that as a kid, your finances they obviously oversee your like what you spend when you're overseas. Because I was traveling on my own, technically, with like other teachers or like stuff, but whatever I buy, they don't care, right? I just brought like money. Is like, oh, I get to spend it on whatever I want, bro. Holy shit. So yeah, I think Japan is definitely still my peak experience, but I do have some good memories of like when I went to Hong Kong, because I had one major memory there. You can get into like memories of the stuff, but I got my first console when I was in Hong Kong, so I got my first Pokemon game and everything. So yeah, it's like first time I got to like play games, and I had this like dumb shit where I didn't even I got like that was the time when Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were one of the newest games. The DS is still with me actually, so yeah, I do have that good memory on that Hong Kong trip. We did went to Disneyland, typical, right?
I'm there before also.
Hong Kong Disneyland is pretty standard. I still say I went to Tokyo's Disney Sea. That was more fun for me. Obviously, yeah, that's like different, man. That's different. But I still hate how expensive everything is there. I would not pay for much in terms of food in a theme park, man. God damn.
I mean, it's it's not much, but yeah, food in theme parks is way too expensive. I remember I went to Six Flags one time, which is like, just roller coasters and stuff and attractions. And they had this thing called a funnel cake, which is like, how do I describe it?
Like a cake with a hole in the center, right? If I'm not mistaken.
That's there's a different word for that. A funnel cake is like, it's like dough, but instead of making the cake like a solid, you basically do that method of like, you know how you like make egg noodles, right?
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of like that, but you do that with dough. So it's just a bunch of like strings and stuff, right? And then you put like whipped cream on it and a strawberry or something, or like jam. And I just remember one time I went to Six Flags to get a funnel cake. Not just specifically for the funnel cake, but I got it as I was enjoying the attractions and roller coasters there, of course. And I remember it was like $25, and you just get this tiny ass plate, and like you could barely see the funnel cake,
bro. That's a scam, bro.
Yeah, food is so expensive in attraction places and stuff.
Go to a state fair might be better, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. State fairs are so much better.
So those are some of our like specific countries that we would love to like have fond memories of. So let's say like let's talk about the direct memories relating to those countries that we mentioned, or like any other countries that we have. What are some of your like most memorable things or the funniest stories that you want to tell based on those? Boner already won, man, with the freaking weed and the electricity. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just one of them. I remember one time, I don't remember how old I was, but this was back in the day. I went with my family to Mexico, and we went to Chichen Itza, which I don't know if you're familiar with, but it's that Mayan pyramid that they have. You know, you've probably seen a picture of it before.
Black Panther.
Black Panther,
Wakanda.
Wakanda doesn't have pyramids. The hell's wrong with you?
No. Oh well.
I don't know.
I'll talk to you later. Yeah.
I don't watch 3D stuff, so I don't know.
Yeah, all right.
Damn.
But anyway, yeah. So we went to go visit Chichen Itza, and I just remember like I saw pictures of it before, and even Snivy, you mentioned it earlier that like things that you see in pictures, you can't truly experience unless like you're there. And
True.
just it was amazing to see this like structure just in person. And then they were also like telling us that depending on which side you are, like the echoes bounce differently, or like the shadow of it is specific to like certain angles. There was a whole bunch of like little facts about it that just, when I was younger, it just blew my mind again.
The architecture was just amazing. I think.
It's so cool. Yeah, obviously it's closed off, right? You can't go there. But I remember it was super, super cool. And then we got like little pendants and stuff, because it was a whole bunch, obviously the locals were like trying to profit off the tourists, right? And there was just stalls and stalls of like tourist goodies, right? Like little sculptures and figures and scarves and clothing. And we all got like a bunch of like necklaces. I think my mom got a scarf. And I remember I was like, I think I already had a job at this point, because I remember I bought my mom like this little tiny, I want to say it's like honestly like a centimeter tall, like golden elephant with its trunk up, which is like, I don't know if you guys are familiar, it's a sign of like good luck. And she had like this, she already had like a little bit of a collection at home of these like elephants from different places. So I remember I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do something like super cool. I'm gonna buy my mom this little tiny elephant. I'm sure she'll love it. And you know what? She still has it, like fucking 20 years later. So
It meant that much to her.
yeah, obviously she has much more exotic and cooler looking elephants, but that one's quote unquote the most special for her because I got it,
Aww.
Yeah, so that was a good memory from there as well. The food there, oh my god, the food there is so fucking good in that area. Like quality, traditional, just like Mexican food.
We need to try more Mexican food. I don't think I see enough Mexican food here. All we got was Taco Bell. Huh.
I mean, Taco Bell is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's not like pretty good. The menu is not broad enough to experience the culture, right?
What do you mean?
Hey, the menu items here for Taco Bell is not that wide.
I experience the culture every time I go to the toilet.
You have a weak bladder, sorry. You have a weak intestine as well.
Thank you.
Yo, sounds like a skill issue. Okay.
True.
Oh my god.
Yo,
get a better digestive system, noob.
Just drink more probiotics.
Drink Yakult.
Yes, exactly.
Yo, wait, speaking of probiotics, have either of you two ever had kombucha?
Oh.
I'm looking at you, Apple, because this is something you would probably drink.
No,
You would see it on Instagram, be like, "Oh my god, LOL, I'm gonna try this kombucha."
It's not even that common here. I've tried it though, but no.
You've never tried? Okay. Snivy, have you?
Probably
I've
not.
tried it before.
There's so many different teas here, man. I haven't tried them all yet.
No, kombucha is like
No,
grown by like this type of bacteria, the SCOBY or something in a jar. People like grow it. It's kind of disgusting, not gonna lie.
I knew she knew about it.
She said she tried it, I think.
I tried it a bit, but it's not common here, okay?
There are much better tea type of drinks here. Goddamn.
Yeah. Desi Peng.
Bruh. Every time I
is
see
not
like
tea. Okay, technically it is, but it's
every
not the
time
tea
I
you
see,
picture.
like a kombucha drink at the grocery store, I'm like, bruh, what the fuck? Why do people drink that? It looks disgusting.
Yeah.
It looks so unappealing, but I guess it's good and it's healthy.
It's a fad, bro. It's a fad. People just like it, I guess. Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
Okay. I have a story. When I was like 7 or 8 years old. That was when I went to Japan, right? I can't wait. No, I was 8 years old. And like during that time, right, I went with my family, right, my close family and my parents' friends. So it was like it was a big group, right, like tour. It was led by my father's friend also, okay? And like we acted like tourists so much.
Just walking around like flamingos. Taking
Yeah,
photos
something
everywhere.
like that. And
Everybody's got a
during that-
camera.
Yeah, we were so touristy. And during that time we went, it was like winter. Oh my god, every time I think back on this, I cringe so much. And like during that time we went, it was winter. It was like my first time, me and my siblings first time experiencing snow, okay? So like we're excited and like we're fucking dumbass. We'll be playing like with the dirty snow on the floor that came down. And we open our mouths to the fucking sky so the snowflakes fall. Yeah, it was so bad. We were cringe.
Come on, we're Malaysian. We don't see that. It's not. It's
I know, but
understandable.
do you know like the potted plants at the side of the sidewalk? They have those, right? In some places, right? They're like snow piles on it, and we decided to take it and enjoy each other for no reason.
That's not that bad. If you're, I was about to think like you're gonna eat it, but yeah,
No,
you
we
didn't
don't
eat
do
it, so
that,
it's
okay?
fine. I thought you were
Okay,
gonna
we
eat
have
the
our
one at
parents
the
there,
dirt.
okay? No, and then like was it mid trip or something? We got to another place, right, in Japan called Nagoya. Because we're mostly at two places, Tokyo and Nagoya, right? And in Nagoya, there's a lot of snow, right? There's a lot of snow there. And we got there by the train, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And then right as we got out, there was so much snow on the floor, we literally lay down on there. The locals were literally looking at us. It was so embarrassing when I think back on it.
Well, technically speaking, it's
like
understandable. I'm just like, now your butt is just wet, bro.
Yeah, we didn't realize that. Well, me and my siblings didn't realize that. Like, but our parents
What,
just
that
let it
snow
happen.
is wet? Wet?
Yeah, I
Dude,
thought it was.
Snow is wet? No way.
I was 8 years
Oh my
old.
God.
Okay.
Oh my god, snow is not water? Oh my god, it's water the whole
Yo,
time?
Wait, it's cold too? Oh my god, this is crazy.
But like our parents just let me and my siblings do all those things without even like, yeah.
You start rolling around in the snow the whole day.
Yeah.
Now you need a shower as well. Your whole hair is wet and everything.
Yeah, and then in Nagoya also we stayed at one place like.
You just stay in any of those inns, right?
Yeah, we stayed at one of those places, right? It's just me, it's just my family, right? We have one place. They only had like one double bed, and then the rest are like floor beds, right? So my parents took the double bed, of course,
Damn.
and like me and my siblings all on the floor, right?
Like fuck the kids. Let them on the floor.
They're called
Nah, they were
what's it called?
sleeping.
Futards.
Tatami mats, right?
No, tatami mat is the floor panels. Futons are the
We
beds
were sleeping on
itself.
futons,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So no, my parents were sleeping with my younger sister. So it was just three. Me and my two other siblings were on the floor. Then when I woke up, I didn't realize the heating would be that hot. I thought the floor was on lava or something.
Lol.
Yeah. Yeah. When I woke up, my hand touched the floor. It was really super hot for real. For real.
They want to keep you warm, bro. Well, that's true. Like here in Malaysia, we literally have no major cooling or heating. I mean, air
Yeah.
conditioners, but that's like like a per room basis. There's no like regulators for the whole house here, unless you're like a commercial building or something. But yeah, imagine knowing like building wide heating and like cooling or whatever. Nah, bro.
So wait, do most homes there just not have like a heater? There's like just a fireplace or something?
It's pretty
No,
hot.
there's no. It's hot.
Have you guys never had it use for like heat?
Nope. We
No.
only have
Even on the
cold.
the coldest days are still pretty acceptable, right?
No, yesterday night when I was sleeping, it was cold as fuck. But yeah, all we get was just wear a jacket, bro. Just cope.
Yeah.
Just cope harder.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, technically just wear more layers, right? I guess.
Yeah, but literally like 2 hours later, I had to take that jacket off. So yeah lah.
Yeah. I mean,
Can't maintain your body temperature.
No, it gets too hot. Yeah, it
skill
gets too hot.
issue. Skill
Skill
issue.
issue. Skill issue.
But yeah, like generally
Yeah.
the temperature is around body temperature, to be honest, like room temperature.
Mm.
It can get cold, but it can never get too it doesn't get to the point where you need a heater, to be fair. Nor does it need
I feel like
a cooler, maybe lah, like a cooler maybe.
the coldest I've seen in my area is 27.
How many is that in bald eagle units?
Bald eagle units, you did Fahrenheit. But yeah, like okay, consistently the coldest places I've been to are like indoor places where like
That's like 80.
college or
It's the
80
coldest,
80 degrees.
Yeah.
bruh.
It's very comfortable, to be fair.
I would
Yeah.
die at 80.
That's a good day.
I cannot deal with hot temperatures.
Really?
I can't deal with heat, and I can't deal with humidity.
Humidity is like the normalest thing here.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Like I keep my living space at like 61, 62 degrees Fahrenheit, as like, you know, I can still wear a t-shirt and shorts and I'm like pretty good.
Oh.
I don't know how much that is in the other temperature.
The other. What,
the
the
other side
other
of the
world
world,
Like
users?
62 is what I want to say, like
Oh, 16. Well, that's
16,
like aircon.
Yeah.
With an
That's
air
like a air
conditioner, we
conditioning,
usually set that
yeah.
one. Yeah, but
I mean, yeah, I have that set as like a standard temperature, and that's like just right for me. You know, I can still tolerate.
that's too cold for me,
at, like,
man.
Even at like, I guess maybe like 8 to 10 Celsius, I guess, which would maybe be like 40 degrees or something. 40 degrees is still manageable for me. I like, once it goes below 40, that's when I need to put on like long pants and a t-shirt,
Whoa, that's
like
four.
a long sleeve.
40
Oh,
is
4,
like
okay.
I'd be dead. All right, 40
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
dead.
so
40 is
cool.
not
like
bad.
okay. Here's the thing. Like here, air conditioners. People who use air conditioners when they sleep, I cannot understand them because they set like 17
Really?
Celsius, and I'm like, I'm fucking cold as shit, guys. Set it to
But-
20,
I love the aircon.
please. I am fucking freezing. My feet are cold. My head is cold. I just like blanket, like just snuggle in a burrito at that point. I literally don't want to do anything.
Yeah,
Anything below
Yeah.
20 degrees is a little too cold for my sleep. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Ah.
it's the opposite for me. If you know, I remember I've been to Florida several times. I've been to Florida Keys, and I am constantly just sweating in those places. I cannot take the heat. If it, like I said, if it's anything above like 75 something, it's hot. Like
Well, congrats.
Yeah.
That's the normal sunny temperature here.
oh no.
Okay. Like the hottest days, an average is around 34 Celsius. It's like 90 Fahrenheit,
Yeah.
man.
That's like a super hot day.
Yeah, like that's a typical sunny day when even the pavement is scorching hot. You can fucking fry an egg on the
93
pavement, man.
Fahrenheit. Yeah. Yeah, have you had the like, I don't know if you've done this in like a science classroom or something, but you take the egg and then you put it in the pan and you put it in the hot sun.
No, that's unsanitary,
No,
bro.
I've never done that.
What? Okay. Yeah, I did that before. Like, you take an egg, then
you
you
eat
crack
the
it,
egg?
you put down the hot. No. I mean, it's been outside, you know, for quite a while to cook it, you know.
Need to ferment it, bro.
You guys got some weird science experiments going on. We've never done that here. I don't know.
Yeah, that's just Apple. Never mind. The new gen syllabus. What is this?
Alaska. You know what?
Oh.
Actually, that reminds me.
Alaska as a country.
Alaska is in the US.
Alaska
right?
is
No?
part of the United States, Apple.
Yeah. I was like, Alaska should be in the US because I remember setting my freaking like Nintendo Switch postal code to that one.
Alaska is absolutely one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to. Honestly, it's an experience like no other.
Aurora Borealis?
No,
Northern
unfortunately, I did not get to see that.
Damn.
My brother has seen it. He says it's life changing.
Damn, that just means you have to go again.
I know. I'll definitely go again because I loved Alaska. But one of the things about Alaska was that it's, I'm not sure how well you guys know it, but it's more nature than there is man. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still wild territory mostly, Yeah. It's like I said, it's mostly just like wilderness there. I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of Alaska since it's like, mountains and cold and stuff. A lot of it's still uninhabited by humans, I guess.
Visits Alaska, return to monkey.
Yeah. But it was such an interesting experience because me and my family, we went there to visit my brother. My brother lives in Alaska, and he we rented out an RV, right? One of those like big cars with like a kitchen table in the middle and like beds and stuff, right? You know what I mean, right? So my family, we rented an RV, and my brother had like a big truck and then like a camper thing. It's like a half RV that you attach to the back of a truck. It's just a smaller version of an RV. So my family, my brother's family, we all kind of grouped up, and then we just went traveling around Alaska. We went to many different places, and we visited like different parks. We went to different mountain peaks and stuff like that. And one thing that I super remember was the air. The air is so crisp and clean in Alaska. The air there was so clean and so good that after spending, I think we were there for like a week and a half. I remember when I came back to Chicago, the moment that I got off the plane and I breathed in Chicago air, I started coughing. I was like, bruh, I live in this fucking air? What is this?
You live in this filth?
I live in this thing? What the fuck?
Disgusting.
I could definitely say that from all the places that I've been, Alaska is absolutely gorgeous. And if anybody ever has a chance to go there and visit it, I would highly recommend it. And I actually also have a pretty funny story of when my family and my brother's family, we went to one of the like parks. There was like a RV parking area, right? So for other people who are visiting, they could park their RVs and kind of enjoy the park around it. And I remember, we were all hanging out in the RV. We were playing like card games and stuff, and then just chatting. And the adults were drinking. The kids were like playing outside by the campfire. We all got tired. Eventually, we all went to sleep. And the next morning, I was still like super exhausted. It was early, and I was like, all right, I'm like, I was the first one up, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get my stuff. I'm gonna go take a shower in like the public showers that they had, right? The little area had like a shower booth. So, I get my clothes, right? And like my eyes are half open, and it's cold as shit, right? Because it's Alaska, it's cold. And I'm headed over from the RV to this bathhouse, I guess we could call it. And as I'm walking there, still half asleep. I'm looking at the ground most of the time just so I don't like step on a snake or something, right? Or just any animal. And little to my surprise, I look up. The first time I'm looking up when I'm walking, I look up and I see a fucking mama moose with two little ones right behind her. No joke, she was like maybe 8 meters in front of me.
Bruh.
Damn.
Like very, very close. And I shit you not, this, if you've ever seen one, moose are fucking massive. They are so fucking big, right? Like I'm 6 foot, and this thing was still like 3 feet above me.
Wow.
Right? And we're talking about just the head. We're not including the horns, the antlers, whatever, right? This thing was ginormous, right?
Sheesh.
And so I absolutely freeze, right?
Is it bigger than a car?
It's Apple. It's bigger than any car you've ever seen. These things are beasts. If you get a chance, just like look up average size of a moose, right? It's
Apple
huge.
sees that moose IRL, she's gonna only reach
Bro.
the knee.
Apple's maybe the size of like half a leg, maybe.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so I have my clothes in my hands. I just freeze, right? Because at this point, I went from half asleep to fully awake. Brain is overclocking, right? In like a split second. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to analyze the situation here. I'm like, okay, there's a mama moose. There's 2 little ones. I don't see any other one. Okay, maybe the dad's somewhere else, but probably not, because, there was a sign that said, like, in the park area that, like, a mama moose is wandering around. Be careful, right? And I didn't really care about that sign. I didn't think anything of it until this moment. So I'm like, okay, it's a mama moose. She sees something. I don't want to make it look like I'm a threat to her kids, right? Because if that moose just like charged at me, I would snap in half. Like it's huge, right? So I freeze. This mama moose just kind of like looks at me. I'm looking at her. I'm like not moving at all. Obviously she knows I'm there, right? And she kind of just like starts turning her head slowly. Pick some like grass off the ground. The little ones are a little bit farther back and they're just kind of like looking around too. And so I just decide like I'm not gonna run, I'm not gonna move, I'm just gonna stand there until it goes away. And I would say like maybe 3-4 minutes passed, and then eventually they just like turned around and left. But I shit you not, those 3 minutes that passed by were the longest 3 minutes of my life. I was profusely sweating. I was having a panic attack. I was just terrified, right? And so, eventually they left. I go to the shower room. I take a shower. I have to clean myself off all this sweat that just came out of my body. And, I go back and I tell my mom and dad. They're like, oh my God. My brother, especially, who's been living there, he's like, bro, thank God you're alive, because you probably would have died. And yeah, that was one of the really cool things that I remember about visiting Alaska, was that
Your death experience.
A near-death experience, and I did see a moose, like I said, like a good 8 meters in front of me, super, super close. And it really put into perspective how fucking massive these animals are. And then, just a little side note, like along all the other things that we were doing there while we were visiting, I saw grizzly bears. I saw,
I was about to ask, yeah.
I saw like deer on like super steep mountain hills, right? Just deer just chilling on the side of the road, like in groups, just laying down, relaxing, doing nothing, being deer.
Mountain goats.
Yeah, we saw goats as well. Just like I said, Alaska super fucking cool. If anybody does have a chance to go, 100% recommend it. It's so cool.
Nice.
Oh.
Alaska. Time to go to Alaska. Let's go.
But it is cold, so I don't know if you'll survive, Snivy.
I'll probably freeze it. I'll just be at that lodge, bro. I'll just chill there, stare at the sky.
Yeah.
At least I'll know I won't have risk any near death situations.
Yes.
All right.
Oh man.
So I'm curious. Obviously, me and Apple, one of our stories is probably again like Japan, maybe. Have you been to Japan yet, Boner? Or is it just like a future plan?
I have not been to Japan yet, but I do have plans to go with one of my other weeb buddies, who's also into like anime stuff, but he's into like battleships, right? Like army stuff, navy stuff, air force stuff, like all that kind of stuff. He's really into that, and we're kind of planning a trip to do like weeb stuff, you know, go to Akihabara, visit a few different like popular cities, and then we're also going to be going to these like museums for like cruisers and battleships that they have stationed there in Japan. So I'm excited to see that too. I'm not super interested in it, but it is cool to see. Like, you know, I've been to some other ship museums and stuff, and it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, so
it's weird that you say that, right?
Actually,
you want to get warship waifus? Let's go.
Yo, my friend who I'm going with, he actually loves Kantai collection.
Really? Oh my god.
Next thing you know, you're gonna like those like airship waifu animes as well.
You mean Strike Witches? Yeah, he's a big fan of Strike Witches.
Oh my god.
He's a big fan of Girls in Panzer. God,
oh my god,
loves Girls in Panzer.
It's
I love
good
Girls
anime.
in Panzer.
It's definitely a good anime.
It's so good, yeah. Like the battles and stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, we're gonna be visiting. I think we're planning probably sometime in October. I think we're planning to go.
You better share your haul when you get back, though.
I will. I'll make sure to take lots of pictures and then spend all my money on anime figures, and then figure out how to ship them back to the States.
Yes, 100%. You know, if talking about memories, right? Japan, obviously, I think that is one of my most like specific memories. The one story, I don't know if I told Apple before, but when I went to Japan as like this exchange program and everything, the cool thing was that I met like a lot of local people. Obviously, they're all students, same as me at the time. And now all those students, I still am in contact with some of them over social media and everything. So once in a while, like let's say New Year's, I would like wish them mashite omedetou, which is like Happy New Year's, stuff like that. And then like it's very fun because quote unquote, like when I was more weeb, I test my language on them, you know. I actually said a whole fucking speech, like, you know, some introduction speech when we did exchange program in full Japanese. I was try hard as hell, bro. At the time, I was try hard as hell. And the coolest thing was also we got like homestays. We got like to participate in a school. We go to Disney Sea. That was pretty cool. We went between Yokohama, Tokyo, and like somewhere around there. Miura was one of the towns that we went to. It's a fishing village. Very interesting. Miura. When we went to the homestay, I stayed with like basically two grandparents. Basically, they're like 60s or 70s. We got this cool vibe with them. It's like, ooh, and then we get to chill. They gave us some stuff. Like we went to a fish market early in the morning, and then I first time seeing like, you know those, you know, in Japan they can have like unmanned stalls where they sell like crops or like tomatoes or whatever, like at the side of the road, just pick it up, pay it in the box, you know. They have those. It's like, interesting. But I can't buy them because I'm literally going back in like 2 days. I'm not gonna cook it when I'm here. Like, who the hell? I'm not gonna cook here. But I did go ahead and like buy some udon just to bring back home and everything. So like, it's fun. But the one story that I really want to talk about is that one of the days, as an adventurous spirit, before anything started that day, I was like, let me go look around in Tokyo City. I don't know. I think Yokohama, right? Let me go look around at like 7 a.m. in Yokohama by myself. So I walked around from the hotel. I don't remember what name that was, but we walked around. I went past around a few blocks. I fucking got lost in the middle of the city. Like, holy shit. And it was like 7 a.m. when nobody was working yet. So
you're just all alone out there.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
Yeah. So when I went there, first thing I bought, it's kind of cold, bro. I went and bought a scarf. Okay, that's cool. I spent some money. I got the scarf. And then I went around. It's like, wait, where the fuck is my hotel? All the buildings are so fucking tall, man. I can't see shit. And I thought the hotel was tall. No, everything else is tall as hell, bro. So I was like, I can't find it. I can't search it because I forgot the name. I kind of remember the name back in the time. But then okay, I found one guy on the side of the street. It's like, okay, I talked to him in Japanese. Like, do you know where is this hotel? It's like, doko desu ka? Shirimasu ka? Kono hotel wa? And then I tried to do that. It's like, the guy's not even a fucking local.
Oh my god.
So it's like, lol. It's like, I don't know how to speak Japanese, bro. Do you know how to speak English? Yes, English, sure, no problem. It's so fucking funny. So it's like, goddamn. So I found my way back right before everybody had their breakfast. Thank God, because I was gonna get lost for like, I'm pretty sure I got like lost. I went out and walked about 30 minutes to an hour. It's like, goddamn. Man. But yeah, it's like I was just vibing this cold like city before everything starts happening. Like when you can explore a city before like everything starts operations, it kind of has a different vibe.
There's like a certain serenity about it that it's like everybody's still sleeping. It's like it's just me here, kind of thing. Cause I've experienced that too, where it's just like you're wandering the city streets at night and it's empty, it's quiet, like the street lights are on. It just hits different.
For real though, so that's why it felt that way. And then when I got back, it's like, and me and my friend slept in the same room, so like 2 people per room. So like when she got back, he was still asleep. So it's like I literally just went out with nobody knowing, bro. I could have gotten lost and nobody would have known where I am that whole day.
Oh god.
God, that was like that was like quote unquote near death. That was a very sad. That was a funny. Yeah,
you wouldn't have died. You would have been fine.
Yeah, but that would be a totally perfect YouTube thumbnail title. It's like, I almost died from loneliness in Japan.
3 a.m. not clickbait.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that would be my story. But so aside from that, everything there was really cool, and I would totally love to go there because again, just like America, every state is like the size of a country outside of this fucking continent, right? Like Malaysia's probably just a puny ass fucking pea compared to like you guys, as if like Singapore versus Malaysia in terms of the ratio of size, and then there's just America versus Malaysia. We're tiny, bro. We're tiny.
Yeah.
It's exactly how like how Europeans are always like, bro, why does it take Americans so long to drive everywhere? It's like, you're in Europe, it takes you maybe an hour or 2 and you're in a different country, where it's like in the States, an hour or 2 drive, you're still halfway in the same state.
Yeah, so like Malaysia's scale may be better than that. It takes from about 7 hours from the most southern state to the topmost state.
Yes.
So it's still not too bad. But imagine traveling over 3 days to get to coast to coast. I don't know if it 100% takes that long. I don't know if it takes that long. Maybe I'm just like, imagine you're just a tourist just chilling every time you see a stop. But I don't know how fast you can get from coast to coast. Tell me, how fast can you get?
Well,
west to east,
not north to south. That one is not as long.
Are you sure?
North to south in America is not as long as west to east. Okay, I'm sure that's the case.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how long it takes coast to coast, but I remember, I did a 13.5-hour drive one time by myself.
Whoa.
I went from Chicago to North Carolina. And I want to say maybe the distance is about, scale-wise, it'd be maybe like a third of the distance from east to west, right? So about a third of the east to west like distance of the states, I drove in one sitting, like 13 and a half hours. I think I only took breaks for gas like 5 times, and that's also when I pissed, right? And I got food as well, just all 3 in one go. And then other than that, I was just, drive for 4 hours, 10-minute break. Drive for 4 hours, 10-minute break, right?
Damn. Imagine going through how many mixtapes you have, like playlists. Goddamn, that's a long ass trip.
You know what I actually played during that whole trip? I play. No, close,
TMFT?
almost. No, I was watching. Not watching, but I had the audio going for it for Ina's art streams.
Ah,
Oh.
that's a chat.
And not gonna
room.
lie, it was super chill. Like it did make me a little bit tired because it's really relaxing.
Ina's vibe is
but
way too relaxing for that. Yeah.
It is kind of. But I had a lot of those like 5-hour energy, like little drinks.
The only reason
my
you will
God.
get perked up in that trip is like when she suddenly goes, wow, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
like a fucking like dog when a squirrel comes like, oh, wow.
I mean, mostly they were Ina's art drawing streams, but I think I was also listening to Callie's streams.
All at
and I
the
think
same
Gouda's
time.
as well. So yeah, I was pretty much just listening to VTuber streams during that drive. So that was fun.
You can tell the world what powers me through a road trip. VTuber noises.
VTuber streams, VTuber noises. Let's go.
Exactly. So like this, Forbes says it takes 45 hours to travel from coast to coast. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sounds about right. Yeah.
I don't know how I would ever want that. I would just fly, man. I would rather just fly, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But every time I hear horror stories of flying from American Airlines, I don't know how the hell. that
Yeah.
happens. I don't think
Oh,
it's that
yeah.
bad for our side.
What, Malaysia Airlines?
The airlines, I don't think every horror story you hear from like Americans flying, and I don't see that 100%. I can accept this.
Hmm.
I guess Asians are just
Malaysia
more used to
Airlines
being
is
cramped in
pretty
an area.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what airlines did you guys take, by the way? What is like the best airlines have you guys taken to your country or place?
I've literally only rode on a plane 3 times in my life. But
Do
I
you
do think
remember what
ANA is
airline
pretty
though?
good.
Oh,
I-
Anna? Oh,
Yeah, Anna.
I really want to go there. Go use that.
Anna for Japan is pretty good, yeah.
I've been on several airlines.
Oh, but what's the best, most memorable experience?
What do
in
you
that
think
airline?
is the best?
Yeah.
Are you gonna ride first class to Japan?
First class? Damn.
I
Nah,
mean,
bro.
honestly, if I'm doing like a just a one plane trip, I think I might. Because my friend, his family member, he's got the hookup for cheaper tickets because he worked for the airline before. So
Damn, nepotism.
so we
my
might
God.
yeah we might get a little bit cheaper, first class tickets, which would be pretty fucking
Wow.
cool to go to Japan.
Yeah.
That would be
but let's
peak
see, what-
experience.
Yeah, but when it comes to like, I wouldn't say I have a best experience because I don't know. I think I did it so many times that it just seems like they all blended together.
I don't
But
think because that question never came out, you just didn't consciously compare them. Right? It's not like you're gonna sit there and like compare them actively unless you were asked to think
Yeah,
of that.
it was just kind of like, I got on the plane, we traveled, and then that's it, right? I wasn't really thinking too much about it. I wasn't like, trying to rate the food or something, or like the seating position. I don't complain too much, right? Like even if my chair is like a little tight or whatever, and like not much elbow space, I honestly don't give a shit, right? Whatever. It's a short plane ride, doesn't bother me.
Short, 15 to plus hours, totally short, bro. That's
Okay,
it.
well-
Which airplane food do you like to order if there actually is an option?
I usually went with like the beef stroganoff. That was a pretty common dish on a lot of airlines, right? I mean, it's airplane food. It's not the greatest, but
Apple, have you tried like airplane nasi lemak before?
nasi lemak on
Yeah.
an airplane, bruh.
I had that before. It's pretty mid. I would
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for
yeah, it's pretty
based
mid.
on that experience, I'm like, I wish you just give me a sandwich and a bottle of milk. Literally, that would be
Oh.
fine.
But recently, I was on a plane to my father's hometown on like the other island of Malaysia, right? And the airplane food I had wasn't that bad. It was sweet and sour fish.
I'm not saying they're bad. I think Asian foods, a lot of them are well preserved because they are heavy flavored, right? And they have somewhat like preservatives, MSG and shit like that. They're pretty common. I think in a place they're
Actually-
still acceptable. I don't know.
I watched like a plane documentary or something. It was about Singapore Airlines, right? And the way they keep their food like tasting nice in the air, right? Especially, is like they make the food really flavored or something. Because in the air, your taste buds like kind of go away.
The pressure does
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it different. Yeah.
So I found that kind of interesting.
That's what I'm saying is that I think a lot of Asian foods are very strong flavored. That's why it kind of still works in the sky.
Yeah.
When
I don't
the
know
joke
about
is
that,
that when the joke is Western food just does not strong flavor enough, and then you bring them to the sky, it's like, what is this?
Yeah, sandpaper.
What's it called? One thing I do remember though is when I was a wee little lad, when I was still very very young, when this was like, I guess still a thing. I don't know if it's a thing anymore, but I used to visit my family in Poland pretty often. But when I say visit my family, I'm talking like I was like 8 to 12 years old, right? I was still very, very young. And my parents would just send me by myself.
Oh damn.
Like, so I remember, because the airline that goes to Poland is called, what is it called? Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart right now.
Amazing.
Okay, well, anyways, there's an airline specifically that's Polish, right? And LOT, L-O-T, that's what it's called, which
LOT.
just means flight.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I've been on LOT
Oh,
airlines.
that's so cool.
and
It's cool.
and when I was young, I remember my parents would basically just drop me off at like the gate to the airplane, and then from that point on, I was always sitting in a really nice seat where like you know how there's the divider between the business class and the normal seating area, the economy. Like those two first seats, like that front row of the economy class, I would usually sit there when I was going by myself when I was still very young.
Sounds like a pretty good seat.
Yeah, and it was super cool because the flight attendant ladies were like pretty much my babysitters that whole flight, right? Like I don't know if they do this or they allow this anymore, but like I would just be like this little kid in the front seat there just chilling, and these ladies would be so nice. They would be coming up like, "Oh, do you want anything to drink? Are you okay? You know, not feeling lonely or anything?" Some of them would just come and talk to me. And I don't know, this happened probably a few times, and that was probably one of my most like enjoyable, memorable experiences, I guess, on a plane.
I'm sure that is still okay to do, but the social climate makes people more sensitive towards that situation. I think the airlines are still fine with it though.
Yeah.
It's the people
would
next
think
to you
so,
that will
right?
complain.
Yeah. So that was super cool. Yeah.
I think one of the airlines like I had the best experience with most memorable, right? Because I usually fly Malaysia Airlines, right, for back and forth.
Anything's better than
that-
Malaysia Airlines at that point.
No, Malaysia Airlines is better than Air Asia. Okay,
All right,
That's
that's true.
facts.
AirAsia is
Yes.
trash.
Air Asia is trash. I flew from what? Okay, I flew Air Asia to Vietnam, and then I used Vietnam Airlines to Korea. Vietnam Airlines was super nice. They were good, and the food was also really good, and the seating wasn't cramped also. Yeah.
I think
Like-
AirAsia is just true Asian capitalism in an airplane, bro. It's like packed like
Yeah.
sardines. That was not that nice. Nothing is comfortable on that thing, to be fair.
I
So
mean,
maybe my expectations were low from Air Asia to Vietnam, right? But Vietnam Airlines, they're super duper cool, and very welcoming. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is like direct comparison bias because you rode a shitty airline to a better airline. Anything is better than the one you just rode.
I just want to add on to the to what you said, Snivy, that with the Air Asia where you get packed like sardines, 100%, the seating space in airplanes has been slowly getting smaller and smaller. Like, 100% when I was younger, there was so much space to move your legs. You know, it was like 2 seats. They're super wide. It was nice. And then I just remember with time, it would just get smaller and smaller and smaller.
It's not just because you got bigger over time, right?
Maybe I'm just going bigger.
Shit, you know what? I've actually never considered that. Holy shit. Oh
No,
my
there
god,
is-
I think it is
no,
actually because
even-
I was getting
No,
bigger.
both sides may be true, alright? You could both grow taller
Okay, yeah.
and the seats may be tighter, but because capitalism, they want more money per plane flight, okay? It makes a lot
Bro,
of sense.
hold on. That actually just blew my mind. I totally didn't think about that.
You want to
I
earn
didn't
more,
think
you
about
want
the
to
fact
earn
that,
more
like-
off the dumbasses who don't mind packing into that fucking plane, alright?
Oh
Like, you can't afford a better fucking plane ticket? Business class? Nah, bro. Now you're stuck in the capitalism trap, bro. Now you're just packed like a motherfucker. But yeah, exactly. That's how the world works, right?
I guess.
Bro, I'm still trying to comprehend that. Like, hold on a second. What?
You grow bigger.
You need bigger brain now.
Like, I guess it's weird because it's like you don't really think about that things get smaller because you grow bigger. You just kind of you're there, right? And then whoa,
I
dude.
get
No, imagine if what you talked about, the moose story. Imagine if you're a kid in that situation. That moose would be a fucking giant, bro.
Bro, I would
It
have
is
shit
already
my
a
pants.
giant.
100% I would have shit myself. I would have fucking cried. I would have shit myself. I would have just curled up into a ball and called mommy, mommy.
It was like trauma as all hell at that point.
Bro, that thing was intimidating as an adult. Okay, what, bro? If I was a kid, no.
You'd never go to Alaska ever again.
No, I would definitely, because most of the trip was still super cool, but I would definitely be very, very scared. 100%.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, talking about Japan, I think Japan's gonna be the main topic after this, but also we want to talk about the tips and tricks for when you want to go traveling. I'm sure Bona has some, right? I'm sure all of us has let's talk about Japan about it, like what we might want to do when we go to Japan if we ever go back again. Obviously, Boner's gonna go this year, but I'm pretty sure all of us want to go to Japan, even if it's
Yeah.
I mean-
second, third time, whatever, right?
I know for sure that I'm going to be going multiple times because there's just too much to visit, to see
To
in just
experience.
like a week
It's a
or two. It's just you can't do that. You don't want to like do a schedule where you're like, okay, I have 2 hours for this one shrine that we're gonna visit,
get that.
and then 1 hour to this shopping center or something. Okay, and then I have to sleep from these hours, and then even if you do that, you still can't visit all of the wonderful places and like things you could do in Japan. Guaranteed you have to go multiple times if you want to see everything.
Now let me ask you, Boner, what is your opinion on independent travel plans versus tours? Like guided tours. You have an opinion on that?
That's interesting.
Well,
I feel like that's a
most-
debate, right?
most of the trips that I went on were kind of guided tours. For example, like I was saying before with the Chichen Itza, you know, to Peru, what's it called? Yes, several places we've had guided tours, but we've also done many vacations where it was just, you know, my family, we did whatever we wanted, right? Like we got there, we traveled to the place with nothing in plan, like just kind of we were there, and then on the day of we're like, okay, why don't we go check this out, right? And I have to say, I much rather prefer with no tour guide because then you just have more freedom. Even though having the tour guide is nice because it kind of directs you in like a way to see cool stuff, you can still do that by yourself without the tour guide. It's just a fact of, are you lazy enough or not, right? Like, if you're lazy, just get a tour guide, right? If you want like true freedom, true like visiting experience, you have to just be there and then see what's close by and then just go do it.
Yeah, I think the stance is pretty common for that. Like those who are decently well traveled or at least know how to plan. Like especially like I think it's overall better to like have somebody who knows the place, either a local or somebody who loves to plan traveling. You have somebody with that with you, is like your trip's gonna be fine without a guided tour. The problem with guided tours is just that they're kind of obliged to bring you to tourist traps and make you spend. You know, you need to freaking fuel the economy, and they get the bucks. Okay, they get the money.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt that there are like businesses that have relations with these like tourist or travel agencies. Like they actually
I exactly
have to.
know that one. My
Right?
my aunt's like a tourist. No, not a tourist, like a tour guide as well. Like just knowing local tours. One time, because we're on a guided tour, obviously when you're in school, usually they're guided tours, right? We head to this durian farm or something, and then like we have a whole segment where we just let's tour the store, bro. I'm like, I don't have money for this shit.
Okay, so we're all just gonna spend half an hour here, make sure to buy some stuff, support the local businesses, wink wink. You know, where it's like it's
Support
all
the
like
overpriced
one
fucking desserts.
it's all one circle and the money is just rotating between them, you know.
Man, yeah. But yeah, if you do, or if you're smart enough, or like putting a little bit of effort, get a friend, or you can plan yourself. It'll help a lot more. And obviously, like I agree with you. Like every sinking destination spot, like you have to take multiple tries, unless a tour, like a guided tour, can let you experience most of the things as fast as possible, but you don't get to enjoy the thing. You know.
Right.
The only way you enjoy is to take all the pictures. That's why tourists do that.
You know, to me, it's a little bit contradicting where it's like you have a tour guide showing you stuff, but you're kind of on this just restricted time schedule, you know? So it's not like you're really free and like enjoying a vacation.
It's like, all right, guys, we're gonna be here for 1 hour in 30 minutes. We're gonna have dinner, all right? Like, get back here in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't feel as freeing as like just visiting a place and then doing whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So talking about that, Japan though, you mentioned obviously where's the current, obviously Akihabara. I think every weeb will pick Akihabara. That's like a typical
Obviously,
shit. If you ask any like not say immigrant, like somebody who went like lives there that's non-local, Like obviously a lot of YouTubers are like this, right? But there's a certain point where Akihabara is just like it's not the special thing. Everything else is better. But yeah, as if you're just visiting for a few times, Akihabara is like 100%. You gotta go there, bro. Akihabara has a lot of tourist traps as well. Overpriced maid cafes, a lot of like experience cafes, a lot of not every single like shop. They know you're a tourist, so they bank in through overpriced stuff. Some of them. If I went to Japan, I would 100% want to go check out the retro game stores. If I was in Akihabara for a while.
Yeah, that sounds cool. see all the old consoles. See what kind of games will show up, reviving old memories.
Yeah, exactly.
I did have a question, I guess, for you too. Okay, when I'm going to be going to Japan, I've seen a little bit here and there, but do you guys think it's a good idea to just kind of learn basic phrases, right?
I don't know how much Apple has insight on this part. He was a kid when she went there.
I guess
Look at those
more
photos.
Snivy, I guess. More Snivy, yeah.
I would say it would be very helpful. I would say it would be very helpful because the way is that people treat you differently, knowing that you have a part of the culture ingrained within you, right? It's like, oh, he learned a little bit of Japanese just so that he can talk with us. Like if it's a good person, they'll be like,
the effort,
Yeah, they'll appreciate it. To be fair, so like just learn some of the words. Like let's say you're planning to go to an izakaya for one of their nights, right? Just know the one phrase, "Nama biru kudasai." Just like it means like draft beer, please, right? I literally just went to like a Japanese izakaya-ish place just now for dinner. And they had the marketing over there. Like, if you say the line in Japanese, we'll give you a discount. So it's like, I'm just saying that culture is there. So if you just know some of the, you know where you're going, know some of the phrases that they tend to use there. It's like, yeah, it's fine. Just don't go out there. Oh, Shinzo Sasageyo. Oh my god, all those anime lines. Then we're gonna fucking slap you. But yeah.
I'm asking this because I keep debating this topic with the friend that I'm going with. He's like, okay, I mean, like he watches anime and stuff too, but he's not trying to like learn it actively, right? Even just simple phrases.
And he's like,
yeah,
bro. Practical words, like let's say, right, if you're gonna buy something, what is the case you could have haggled, but you just didn't know the language, right? You could have asked for prices, like because a lot of cases when you're traveling where you don't know what they're saying, they can just talk behind you and like charge you overpriced. No, they got tactics for tourists, you know that, right?
Right.
Yeah, just knowing some phrases will help a lot.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with learning some phrases or like what they commonly use. Like
just say konnichiwa. And then like, how do I buy this? What is this item? Like those the menu ga aru desu ka? Something like that. It's like, do you have the menu when you're like ordering and stuff like that? It depends on where you're gonna go, which I'm gonna have to ask you. Like, where are you planning to go? I don't know how like phrases will 100% work in Akihabara unless you're actively haggling for prices.
But yeah, so my friend, he's like, yeah, bro, why do I have to learn anything? Like, I'm not gonna put in the effort to try to learn this stuff because most of the stuff is written down in English anyways, whatever, And I'm like, no, it's just as you mentioned before, Snivy, that like, even if you talk a little bit, it helps because then they kind of realize, that you're putting some effort into like learning the culture, learning the language, even if it's not much, they will appreciate that more.
Also, if you just know some phrases, you can go to the stores that they didn't prepare for tourists. Like some locals, like cuisine places, restaurants, they tend to serve better food than the franchise, right? And you can most of them aren't prepared for tourists or like foreigners. Imagine you knowing like, I want to order ramen, but I must speak in Japanese for that. They're like, ooh, damn. They give you the best shit ever, bro. Oh. Imagine. Yeah, exactly.
So I guess what's it called? For this trip, I'm kind of the one that's only learning, how to interact, how to talk, like just super simple phrases, and then I'm gonna have to carry my homie and take over stuff.
I mean, just a simple like formal phrases of like hello, please, thank you is like it goes a long way, no matter what language you're in, you know.
Onegai, opai.
What?
No. The
Right?
phrase would be "Oppai onegaishimasu." Boobs, please.
Opai onegai
But yeah,
shimasu.
nobody should say that IRL, all right? Unless you're in a specific
Oppai kudasai.
no, unless you're in a specific establishment where fan service is the thing, all right?
Yo,
You go-
so bland.
No, you go to those like buff man
So
cafes and you ask, mune kudasai, please. They show you, just show you. God damn.
Wait,
bro.
Snivy, have you been to a Soapland?
Nah, I never been. I don't think I don't even know that place when I was there. I couldn't find one. I would though. Why not, right?
Oh,
Experience the culture.
Yeah, it's just trying to get a little clean, right? It was
Yeah.
a little dirty. Trying to
You
get
get
a
hit it
little
off with
clean.
ladies. How you know? Maybe a guy. will- But yeah, exactly though. What kind of like places aside from Akihabara are you like currently in your plans, Boner?
Shit, I don't have them. My homie has the file of like the locations we're planning to go.
No,
But-
you gotta talk about this, man. If not, you're gonna only go to everything that he likes, bro.
No.
Ah.
I'm just saying.
Me and him, we've discussed this so many times that I was very stern on the we're splitting it up. We're doing both. We're doing weep shit and then we're doing your shit, right? So our plan is kind of we're splitting Japan into 3 parts. So one trip we're going is going to be the northern part. One part is going to be the center part with like Tokyo, Kyoto, right? All that stuff, like the main center area. And then one's going to be the southwest
You're gonna go to Okinawa.
portion. I believe, yeah, that was on the list. I believe so.
Okinawa is like the
Hokkaido?
southernmost. Hokkaido's the northernmost area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Hokkaido is definitely on there. I'm pretty sure we also put Okinawa.
Wow.
But yeah,
Like
once
if-
again, these are gonna be split into several different trips because we're not gonna be able to, even with the Shinkansen and stuff like that, it's just too much time. If we try to do a little bit of here and there, like it's too much time just trying to travel between places rather than just kind of grouping it into a section and then going between those.
Yeah, and Tokyo's huge too. Just Tokyo alone is huge. You can explore
Yeah,
that for like
Tokyo
a
itself
week.
is probably gonna just be like what 3-4 days.
Like,
And
think about it,
even
right?
that's probably not enough.
Tokyo consists of like Shibuya. There's like a lot of like major landmarks
Shinjuku.
just in Tokyo. Yeah, impossible. Like even Kyoto. There's like Osaka. There's Nara. There's so many places to go. Man, like, I would die to go there. I don't know why when I think of Japan, I really just want to go. You know how anime culture is very, very like ingrained, not just because of the weep shit, but because there are so many like let's say shows like Yuru Camp, who has been ingrained in the cultural there for camp gear and stuff. If you go to a camp shop, you might get like Yuru Camp merch. You go to a hiking, you go to like a mountaineering or a hiking shop, you might find like Yama no Susume merch. Hey, these are things that
that's
happen.
fucking cool as shit.
Yeah. And
that's
there's,
so
there's
cool.
just so many mascots across every single town and district. There's like a Miura mascot, a Saitama mask. Obviously not Saitama from One Punch Man, but Saitama from One Punch Man is from Saitama. Funny, right?
If you go to Saga, you can see the Zombieland Saga.
You sure about that? I don't think Zombie.
Yeah,
Is Saga actually?
Saga.
Okay.
It's a place.
But Saga is an English word too, Apple.
No, it's a place in Japan that's like what unpopular.
Yeah, damn, I'm popular.
But saga is an English word, Apple.
Yeah. So how I know? That name could be a double entendre for all I know, right? But yeah, so like, how other places? I think like, obviously Yokohama is pretty much in Tokyo as well. So Yokohama is pretty much like any like normal like urban city place. I really can't tell you how many places, because obviously everybody knows Tokyo, Kyoto, Hokkaido, and
Right.
Okinawa.
The big spots. You know.
Yeah, everything in between is like still very special. Let's say, obviously a lot of the places that were based for like anime, let's say Higurashi or like Anohana, those places have marketing because now those shows make them places famous. Right? You go to the town where Anohana was based on, they have fucking like merchandise and shit based on it. Technically, it's a weak tourist trap, but you know, it's cool, right?
I mean,
I will 100% visit the animation studios if I'm there because they got their own stores there. You can get the merch for cheap.
Oh.
Right? Let's say you can go to KyoAni. They have their own merch store live under their studios.
Wow.
Wait, like actually at the studio itself, they have like
Yeah,
a
they have
merch store?
multiple branches in Kyoto, right? But the main branch, the one
okay.
that's more down to earth one, they have a cafe. They have their merch store. They're selling like obviously they
that's
have their
fucking
anniversary
awesome.
merch. Yeah, I will 100% say if you want to try to check it out, I'd see if it's still open or not because obviously they had that attack like years ago. Hopefully they're back.
I wanna
normal,
get
but
like
yeah.
a Violet Evergarden fancy teacup if they have shit like that. I mean,
Yeah, and
it'd be
also
dope.
it's a really good. Obviously, if you don't know Japanese, don't care about this tip. But if you go there, you can buy original source of the media for cheap. Like let's say light novels, manga, Blu-ray discs, way cheaper.
Yeah, bro, that's the exact reason why I'm trying to save up like 30 grand to go to Japan. Most of the funds are just gonna go towards just novels, original works, just stacking up on that, figures, everything.
Oh yeah, you might also like depending on the timing. I don't know if that will be a thing, but if you have anything that might have any events during your trip there, look them up. Like let's say right, game launches in October something, and then right on time you're there and all the stores have limited edition stuff to sell. You just go there, get the pre-order bonuses and shit. Because a lot of the games nowadays are like a region free. Beneficial, right? Imagine.
Well, okay. But speaking of timing, okay. I'm curious what you guys' opinion on this is. The reason me and my friend we chose October is because that's like the season in between tourist seasons. You know, it's not when the sakura's blooming. It's not like when it's too hot. You know, it's kind of just that off period. Do you think it's a good time to go visit like that or no?
When I went,
I
it was
think
September.
it's a good time.
It's a pretty good time actually. Like it's getting colder, but it's not cold enough to make you, I would die in
Right.
the cold.
Right.
So yeah, that was a pretty chill time to me. It was a pretty easy tour. It was an easy place to go as well. There's generally it's like a normal day in Japan at that point.
And you said is September you went, right?
Yeah, I went in September, right at the
Okay.
start of autumn season.
Okay.
So the leaves are falling.
Yeah, the leaves are falling. The weather's getting colder. Obviously, thank God I didn't go at summer because Japanese summers can get really hot. But yeah, imagine them getting hotter than Malaysia.
I don't think I'd survive.
You
If I
just
can barely
melt.
make it to like 25 Celsius, I don't think I'm gonna survive a Japanese summer.
You'd be like, oh my God, the weather's as close to body temperature. Fuck, I'm dying.
I would just straight up melt on the street. That's it. And I'll just turn into a puddle.
Yeah, imagine Boner coming back from if you visit Shibuya, you come back with the drip. Damn, bro.
The drip.
Come back with the
Wait,
drip.
what type of? Are we talking drip like clothes, or are we talking drip like STD?
No clothes.
Which drip am I coming back with, Snivy? Please
Well, we're
specify.
talking about Shibuya, so it's drip, like actual clothing.
Oh,
Clothes are
okay.
good. Bruh, goddamn.
Just making sure.
Come back with an IV drip.
In terms of experiences, obviously, I hope Apple one day. I don't know if you can drink when you're even past 18 or not, because depending on religion, right? But 100% Boulder, you should probably go to an izakaya at one of your nights. Go to an izakaya, go to those
Okay.
roadside stalls for oden or like ramen. Also,
Yes.
take advantage
I'm-
of every convenience store you find, because everything is there. Everything is there.
I am super excited for the food. I'm a huge foodie. I love to eat, and I cannot wait. Like I'm even gonna try the stuff that's weird for foreigners. I'm gonna be going to the different markets, just
Go
trying
try
all the
live
different
octopus,
things.
bro.
Live,
Yeah.
bro. See, that's the one thing that's super hard for me to convince myself to eat, which is like squid, octopus, and stuff like that. Like
At least
calamari.
get the fried ones, like yaki ika, which is like fried squid, or yaki taco. Like takoyaki is the one in the dough. Yaki taco is like fried, like grilled. So get some of those. Like
I don't-
yakitori is like amazing. Yakitori.
Like I'm definitely gonna try it, but it's just
How about eel?
I
Have
don't
you
know,
tried
man.
eel yet?
It's so weird. No, it's too slippery, and the little fucking suction cups, bro. I don't.
You have to try unagi don, alright? Like
Unagi
bowl-
don.
rice bowls with
Eel.
unagi on top. They grilled it with like
Yeah.
nice
Okay.
teriyaki sauce and stuff. It's like
That's
so good.
I like
Ah.
unagi sauce, but I haven't actually tried just eel.
You should, yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Like they're
sure.
amazing.
Okay.
Also, there's so many noodle types in Japan, like soba, udon, ramen, sukemen. There's so many types. Try as many as you can. I don't know, man. Ramen's like the typical one, but a lot of people say ramen is just the entry level one. Entry level,
entry
bro.
level.
It's just gateway.
Okay.
You know, you gotta try. The udon goes really well with hot broth. Like, I'm telling you, you have to try some convenience store food. Never shirk on convenience store food in Japan, because in convenience store in Japan, you can find fucking like collar shirts, underwear to your fucking lunch or dinner. Everything is there, man. Everything is there.
Yeah, I'm super excited for the food. That's
Like
I
getting
can't
udon
wait.
from like Oden, sorry. Oden from like I just went to a
Oden.
Lawson there, and the Oden's pretty good. Just like nice hot broth and like an autumn night, it's pretty cool. I ate it. Oh, I feel so good now. Holy shit. Amazing, bro. What foods do you like love Apple from Japan?
when you were 5.
When I no, that was when I was 8 or 7.
Oh, let's say
Oh,
though, but
oh,
Malaysia has so
sorry.
many Japanese restaurants, alright? I'm telling you, Malaysia is like the weeb country. There's so many
Yeah.
Japanese influence stuff here. So we get a lot here.
Okay.
I guess my favorite food then onigiri.
Bro,
Convenience store onigiri.
bro, that's pathetic.
That's the most I remember. Okay, it was a while ago. Oh, I really like the fruits in Japan. It's so good.
Yeah, but
fruit.
Malaysian fruits are amazing, bro. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
The fruit.
Malaysian fruits are comparably amazing. What the hell is wrong with you?
I know, but it's like a different type of amazing. Okay, Malaysian fruits are more tropical. Okay, Japan fruits I'm talking more like strawberries, apples.
Apple's just gonna buy more Fuji apples, man. Ay.
Melons. The melons is so good. I mean, you can see that photo of me like when I was younger holding 2 Fuji apples. 2 apples.
Apple
But the
having
golden
apples,
apple is
yeah.
actually so special.
Wait, is that the origin
So
of
sweet.
Apple being Apple?
No.
is the Fuji apples from Japan?
No. Apple is actually my real name.
Oh yeah, a few things that you should try is that you should
My
go
second real
find
name.
some fruit farms to pick fruits at. There are quite a few fruit farms you can go actually visit. Strawberry
Yeah.
Oh,
picking,
okay.
orange picking. I actually went to orange picking before when I was there. It was pretty cool.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Wait, are they oranges or tangerines?
Yuzu.
It's oranges. It's oranges, not tangerine.
Oranges. Okay.
The period is like a slightly. It's oranges. Never mind. They're not the same. But yeah, because even here there's a lot of tangerines. Every time in Chinese New Year, it's like tangerines are everywhere. So that's not that special, I guess.
No, those are always obviously nice to go to. I've been to several orchards before.
Oh.
That's always good, because it's super fresh, right? No preservatives, very clean.
Here in
I don't know about
Malaysia, you
clean,
don't
but-
need orchards. You just go to the neighbor's backyard and steal a banana.
Did you know it's
Actually?
illegal? No.
Then
No,
no,
yeah,
it's
technically
illegal.
you can.
But then you just go ask nicely. Hi, can I get a banana? They
No,
actually
no, I'm not talking about that. It's actually illegal to take a durian from someone's backyard.
durian.
The
Of
other
course,
fruits,
is
I'm not
illegal. Durian is literally like it's a financial asset. You have to protect that shit.
Yeah.
What? Really? Durian?
Yeah, durians
Yeah.
go for high
It's
prices.
illegal.
It's a seasonal fruit. It goes for high prices on the market. If you steal one, you can get sued for it here.
Oh shit.
But other fruits, because they're very
Yeah.
common, like there are, I won't say apples. Apples aren't as commonly easily grown here because the weather's not the same.
Rambutans,
Rambutans are common. Rambutans,
bananas.
bananas, maybe pineapples once in a while. But pineapples are like rarer. Aloe vera is like a lot of people like growing aloe vera. for some
Yeah,
reason.
that's aloe vera in my house garden.
Yeah.
No, the aloe vera that's just like for ointment stuff, right?
No,
Or
you can actually
does-
use it for other stuff. It's actually
You
decent.
can eat it.
Yeah, you can make
You-
nice desserts with it. Yeah.
Mm,
You can actually eat aloe vera?
yeah.
Yeah.
What? For like what kind of dish? Give me an example.
Okay, let me give you an example. Pudding.
I've only tried it in a drink. Yeah.
I mean, I've had they have drinks with like aloe vera clumps in it, right?
Yeah, that's already an example. You're literally
What is
eating.
it?
Yeah.
No, but I was,
Okay,
I was
imagine-
thinking that,
imagine.
like,
Coconut.
I was thinking like a dish that you would eat for dinner kind of thing.
Like aloe vera doesn't exactly go well with hot foods as commonly. Like, but that's also the thing that you think like coconut shouldn't go well with hot foods, but fucking everything has coconut milk in it. So what
Yeah.
do I know, right?
Coconut's good though. Coconut's really good.
Yeah,
you guys
but-
ever eaten a fucking just a pure coconut from
Yeah,
a
but
tree?
no, it's not the same. Everything that you think has coconut in the name, usually you think it's sweet, right? But everything here is savory as hell with coconut milk and coconut.
Yeah.
Like santan is what it's called here, right? Everything like curries to like anything like tandoori chicken or anything has like coconut milk in it. Nasi
Laksa.
lemak, rendang,
Yeah. That's rice cooked with coconut milk.
yeah, lemang as well, like rice cooked with coconut milk in bamboo. Oh,
Yeah.
it's amazing. We talked about it on our
So
tier list
good.
last time. But everything here is like amazing. Everything has coconut in it.
That was what's it called? I was in Florida one time, and I remember me and a family friend we just got a coconut from a tree and we opened it up, and I remember this was like the first time that I ever tried eating not the coconut milk but just like the coconut meat, I think it's called, right? It's called the meat of the coconut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just eating that from like a freshly opened coconut is so good.
I'm telling you,
It's
coconuts
so
are
good.
roadside stall common. Literally almost every fucking few kilometers. We could like just walk, like I'd be like going down back home after school and like there's just a coconut store right there. I can get like a bag drink with all the meat, all the flesh and all the drink. Like, oh man, it's so good though. My high school had a coconut tree. Everywhere. actually.
Not gonna lie, it's a little bit weird when you say coconut flesh.
Flesh.
This sounds kind of like
Oh.
meat is still okay, but when you get to that flesh point, I don't know.
Now, usually we say flesh for
questionable there,
fruits,
Snivy.
right? I feel like we say flesh for fruits, not so much meat. But no, only vegan
Okay.
would say that. No, even vegan wouldn't say meat. Never mind.
Yeah, that's a banned word for vegans. How dare you?
Vegans get triggered when you
Unacceptable.
say that.
But yeah, like if I ever go to Japan again, see, because now I'm legal. Back when I went there, I wasn't legal just yet. I will 100% go to izakayas, get some
Same.
beer, get some shochu. Because I went to that Japanese place earlier for dinner. I was like, I'm just staring at all the fucking alcoholic beverages there. I was like, fuck man, I will so go down for drinking one of those. Everyone is like so expensive, but I will go for one. You know, one cup at least.
Well, okay, so the thing is, like, I don't drink, right? But when I go to Japan, I absolutely want to try, you know, sake from like different regions, locations, and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
straight from the source. Like that will be like the only exception to like why I'll drink in Japan. But other than that, honestly, I'm not even gonna try like the beers there or anything.
The one thing, if you went around like New Year's time, you could have tried amazake, which is like sweet sake that is usually cooked off the alcohol in it. They usually serve those in like shrines when New Year's happens, right? You see a lot of those in anime where like somebody actually drinks like the supposedly cooked off alcoholic beverage and then they get drunk even though they're like kids, you know. They do that a lot in anime.
For some reason, when you mentioned that, the first thing I thought of was I remember seeing some kind of anime where there was like a shrine priestess or something, and she like she drank sake, like swirled it in her mouth to get her like mixed saliva or something, and then like
I know that was your name. That was your name.
Yeah, that was your name. Your name, spit sake.
Right.
That was kuchizake.
What's the deal with that?
Okay, so from what I remember, right? Of course, fermentation is a thing, right?
Right.
The saliva, there's some specific bacteria that add to like the process of digestion, right? We all know that. And the fact that rice wine was fermented, then true, it's more of a ritual that actually served for drinking. Let's be honest.
Okay.
It was just a ritual, but rice wine is kind of made that way, yeah. So I would say on the other hand, they will let animals eat it like for fermentation sometimes, right? But that's the maximum we go. We don't drink other people's saliva.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a little bit. It's questionable.
I would drink other people's saliva.
Ayo.
Huh?
Ayo.
If
Apple,
it's
you
like
can't
an
even
idol.
drink. Bro, what the fuck?
As long as it's an idol, it's fine.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
if
no.
Apple goes back to Korea now, she would be like buying all the fucking like merchandise and shit, bro.
Honestly, yeah. Like
Never,
it's more cheaper
don't
in
not.
Korea
I'm just
than
telling.
India.
I have to tell your sister, do not give her any money when you're on Korea. Fuck, man.
Nah.
She's gonna be enslaved to your company for another 5 years because of that.
Nah, she want to go to Japan first, then Korea.
Yeah, you guys are also planning a Japan trip, right, Apple?
Yeah, but we still don't know if it's this year or next year because, like, yeah.
Well, either way, no. Like Boner also mentioned, going at the off season. I think it's better
Yeah.
like going right after.
When are you going, Snivy?
Me? If my fucking job in an anime company earns enough, nah, bro. Fuck that. I don't have enough money, but I definitely plan to go there, right? Like my some of my friends are going to Taiwan literally like this month,
Oh.
which is like fun. They're going to like
Nice.
Taiwan for like 2 to 3 weeks. Amazing. But I don't know when I'll ever get to travel. To be fair, even traveling locally is rare for me.
It'll come one day. Snivy. There will be a time where you'll be able to travel here and there. And
Yeah, in
enjoy
5 years, we're gonna be like Boner, Apple, me, and every fucking else from Anime Celeste here in our Discord. It's like, let's go visit Japan.
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yo, we just rent out like a big ass mansion for like a week.
Yeah,
yeah.
Imagine going to those inns where they literally serve you a hefty breakfast. Like, oh.
Yo, I want to have one of those Japanese like breakfasts that they always show.
Yeah, the ryokans.
like
ryokans,
on YouTube.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
From the
Those look so
ryokans.
good, anime.
The ryokan experience is always really good. Also, hot springs. Hot springs are quite common. Like even an open
Yes.
air bath, I would love to experience that because like having a tub is not that common. I don't know if like America can say the same, but you know Malaysia is not really common. But hot damn, whenever we get
There's only tubs in hotels.
bathtubs, you're like, oh, we just chill in the bathtub
Yeah,
for like
yeah,
30
yeah.
minutes plus. I would totally love to go in a freaking open air bath. Everybody's be like, you gotta show off your fucking thing, man. You can't hide it. You can't hide it. I'm like, okay, fine. It's worth it. I don't have a tattoo. I'm not gonna get discriminated.
For what's it called? For Americans, it's probably kind of weird, right? But being of European descent myself, I don't think it's that weird, you know?
It's not that bad, to be honest, from what I feel. Of course, I can understand why, like, in America, the culture is more personal. Like, everything is more like, you don't share spaces as often, like, anywhere private spaces like that. So 100% I can get it, right? Like, there's a lot of shared baths and toilets, technically speaking, in, like, Asian countries. No, they save money like that. Haha. But yeah, 100%. Just go do it. You can, like, if you're a fresh guy who never been to any Asian country, you go into that place just because you're like a weeb. Oh my god, you have to experience that shit. You're gonna get culture shock like a motherfucker, man.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. Fuck you.
Excited to show off your big schlong. Haha, just kidding.
Oh my god.
At least you don't have a tattoo, right? If you have a tattoo, the opinions are gonna be weird.
No, I do not have any tattoos on me.
Yeah, thank God. Because, like, from what I understand, it's like, there are still a lot of Japanese who are kind of xenophobic. Kind of. Not a lot of them are open now because obviously younger generation, right? And obviously they are still very used to discriminating against, like, tattoos because Yakuza culture is still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have a tattoo, you kind of have to be wary about that fact. Any public places where you literally show it off, it's like, oh, people are gonna judge you a little.
Aren't there some places that don't accept you at all if you have a tattoo?
Yeah, that's the extreme, right? That's the extreme.
Okay.
Just be wary about it.
Right.
But at that
I
point,
mean, I don't have
just
to
get a
worry about
private
it
bag.
anyways, but yeah, true.
You got a problem? Just throw more money at the problem, you know?
Yeah, right. Money fixes everything.
Exactly. Alright, last day. Any particular tips and tricks or like things that you think you should remember when you're going to Japan, Boner? What travel tips? Any travel tips?
Travel tips.
Wait, from me or for me?
Both. We're gonna give the obviously if it's for you, it's us talking. But I want to hear what you have right now.
I guess the one travel tip that I would say is it's always better to pack more clothes than not enough.
Oh.
Like it's always better to have an extra 2 whatever pairs of clothes, like pants, shirts, this and that, rather than not having enough and either having to rewear the same thing if you don't have access to like a laundry for it.
I'm sure
or
in
going
Japan
out
the
to buy
laundromats are
some
quite
more.
common, alright?
Well, I'm saying, yeah, in Japan, but everywhere else, you know, it's not really that common. Maybe in some places, but that's one thing that I would definitely say is just always better to bring more clothes than less, especially with like colder areas. You know, you want to bring more jackets than you think you need. Because you can always add more layers, right? But you can only take off a certain amount until you're just naked, right?
True.
So it's always better to bring more jackets, sweaters, this and that, right?
Well, that's one thing you don't have to worry as much about when you're in Japan, because even convenience stores sell shirts. Pretty good.
Yeah, right. A Family Mart sells like 100 yen socks or something.
You get socks, you get pants, you get undies, you get like brassiere or whatever the hell. Everything's available there.
Yeah, so it's not that much
Also
of,
porn, but yeah.
of an issue in Japan, but for other places, it could be.
Yeah, so 100%. Like I would say, that is one thing. But from the way I pack my clothes is usually like minimum sleepwear. I think sleepwear is fine because you only wear it when you're at night, and if it's cold, it's not too bad. You don't get too sweaty. So I would wear that for 2 nights max, per pair of clothing, right? And then like 1 day trip. Let's say, obviously I haven't had any trips that are more than 5 days ever in my life yet. But I would still think of getting at least like 1 set of clothes per day, minimum. Like light clothes.
At minimum.
Yeah, like if you can't find a laundromat in 5 days, I think you have a problem. You skill issue, truly.
You're either in the wrong area
Skill
or you're doing it. Yeah, it's a skill issue.
Truly a skill issue. Like finding a laundromat in 5 days should work. All right, just do it, bro. If not, just get a better hotel.
Lol.
Yeah, so some hotels might have like laundromats for you. I think that's a good service, you know. What about you, Apple? Any particular thoughts on this point?
Well, I think if you are moving between like hotels and like homestays and stuff very often, right? I don't think you should bring a lot of bags. That's like my opinion.
You mean
Maybe
a lot
one
of carry-ons?
Yeah, carry-ons. Maybe like one luggage, one backpack. That's the most I'll go, you know. Because otherwise, that'll be a pain. Like most of your clothes and belongings
Well, where do you
will
store your
be-
merchandise?
in your luggage.
Bro, your luggage should be full at
I'm
that point.
saying
Yeah,
you should
you
bring.
get like
you should,
2 figures and
No.
your luggage is full.
no.
Bro, imagine you're
Also-
talking to Boner right now who may go to for 2 weeks or more, right? How is one luggage enough to store the things he will buy within more than 1 week? Nah, bro. Even just
I
any
don't think
food
it's
item.
possible.
Nah, but like, it really is a pain in the ass lugging that around, you know, around the city if you're.
But
like,
I would at least
unless
pack.
you're going to your hotel first, you know.
No, here's the thing. You bring one luggage, one solid luggage, but I will also pack in like some more collapsible packet like bags and stuff just to pack more.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I have some luggages that are just like bags, but they are like proper luggages, but they're not like suitcase type luggages. I will pack them in the luggage just to like I can store my stuff extra. Of course, if you're buying precious stuff, put it in the luggage. But then your clothes can just fit all in the bag, right? Because clothes
Or
don't
you can
break.
just throw out your clothes and then buy new ones when you get home.
Buy how much?
Sure.
Sacrifice your clothes.
You'd be like, sacrifice
Yeah,
your
right.
clothes. Just go to H&M. Everything's cheap there, all right?
Yeah, you only need 1 pair of clothes to get back on
No,
the
go to
plane, right?
Uniqlo.
I don't know. H&M is the generally typically cheap place when you think of clothing in America, right? I feel like that's one of them. I don't know if Uniqlo is as commonly known as cheap compared to H&M. Because I know fast fashion, thinking of H&M first. That's just me, but yeah. I don't even know if Bono even cares about fast fashion, but no.
Nah,
He's shaking
bro,
his head.
honestly, bro, you know what my fashion is? I go to my local Costco, which is like it's like a big Walmart, right? And I just buy a pack of like 10 white t-shirts for $20.
God
Oh,
damn, that's really
That's my
affordable.
clothes. Like I do not care about graphics or
You
any
don't even
kind
want
of
color
style.
variety?
No, I just want something I can wear and it's comfortable. Honestly, I could care less about style and fashion.
Man, working with white clothing for every day feels like it's easily dirty, man. You could get it very dirty easily.
I have so many shirts because of work that are just covered in like construction junk and there's holes in them and stuff, and it's just
I guess it's a sense of pride at this point. Wow. Everything's an achievement here. Oh, look at this hole. This hole is about that one
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah, I remember that one time that this happened.
You know this stain? Yeah, this stain was that one time when I almost died. No, just kidding, sorry.
Yeah, even I even have a shirt that it was already pretty worn out, and one of the people that I was working at the job site at, like, they gave me a measurement, and they wanted me to remember this measurement and not forget because this was very specific. So I was like, okay, you don't believe me that I'm gonna remember? Fine. I gave him a marker and I said, just write it down on my shirt. So I have a shirt that literally just has a measurement on it. You know what? Actually, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna go see if I can find it real quick. Give me like 1 second.
Damn, he's gonna go find. He's gonna show us. Oh my.
Wow.
But yeah,
First-hand
like
experience.
for my side, I would generally suggest, right, to completely back up everything you have in terms of like the more confidential stuff, like let's say your licenses, your ICs, and your cash. If you have some cash, bring it. Oh, look at that. The hell?
You see that?
Did you calculate that thing on your shirt?
Wow.
No, that's just a measurement that the person wrote down, so I wouldn't forget.
Lol.
And this is just like one of my work shirts, right? There's
It's like me. It's like
holes and shit.
it's like Senku writing E equals MC squared at that point. Dr. Stone, yes. But yeah, like my current suggestion is that anything precious, I don't know how anybody, I feel like some people should think about this, right? Is that anything that you don't have to keep with you at all times. Like of course, like some of your legal documents and shit like that. If you're bringing them, passport, I don't know. You should probably leave them at like the safe place, like a hotel or whatever. If you trust the hotel, right? Stuff like that. You should leave them so that you don't have the risk of losing that. My dad one time he went on a train, accidentally leaves his bag on the train after him leaving. But the cool thing about what they tell me about Japan is that they do have a very, very solid lost and found like system, and also a lot of the people are courteous enough to like not take it because you can't guarantee.
Right.
Not everybody's a good apple, alright? Not everybody's our apple, but
there's a lot of bad apples in the United States of America. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
The stuff that happens in Japan, 99% of it would not fly in the States. Like even we were talking earlier with the fruit stands and stuff, where like it's just there's nobody manning it, right? It's just food is out there for sale, and then you just drop the money in the basket. Bro, in the United States, people would just take it and then just run away and not
Their
pay
money
a
would be
single
gone,
penny.
bro.
The money would be gone. The food
The
would
fruits
be gone.
Yeah.
Uh,
What about
it's just-
vending machines? If
What
vending
about it?
machines in America, would the people like like break them, take them? I don't know.
I haven't seen a broken vending machine, but I wouldn't doubt it.
I feel like
I
somebody
wouldn't
would,
doubt it.
right? Like break the thing just to get like.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
It could. Right? It's just like
Probably.
it would be a very bad place at that point, but
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly. Also, even though we do say Japan is very convenient, the one thing that is not convenient is that you don't throw the trash. You pretty much bring your trash everywhere with you until you find a trash can.
Yeah.
But is there like no trash cans anywhere?
There's one thing is that they really do they really fine you if you litter, right? So really do keep your trash
okay.
until you find a trash can. And the trash cans aren't to say uncommon, but they're not as common as you think for the rule that's in place, right? Let's say you're traveling down the street, you might find one trash can every like 2 blocks, a public trash can type in. If not, you have to go in the shops to throw or something. But usually, if you're just like on the road the whole day, you pretty much keep the trash on you the whole time until you reach like your hotel or something.
I can bet that a single street here in Chicago has more garbage and trash on it than probably a whole city in Japan.
Exactly.
Probably.
Wow.
It's there's some streets that are so messy here. There's just like hundreds of bags of like potato chips and food, and then like just empty bottles and stuff. Man, I love Chicago. Woo.
Now we're not saying that every country isn't as bad. Most countries probably have the same level of litter, maybe not the same level, but Japan literally fines you for doing it. So Singapore does the same thing as well.
Japan's like the outlier. That's like the extreme best case scenario.
Yeah. Japan is weirdly innovative in so many aspects, but also weirdly antiquated in so many aspects. It's a very interesting country. Too bad not enough people are giving birth. Oh my god, Japan's dying. Just kidding. But yeah.
It's okay. I'll single-handedly solve that issue.
Time to get the bitches. Oh my god.
I'm gonna pull a Genghis Khan and just impregnate 100
God.
women and create a whole generation of mini boners.
Oh no, it's gonna get cancelled on the podcast. No. But yeah. Any more stories you guys want to tell, like tips and tricks? If that's it, then we can definitely close it off.
I wouldn't say any more tips and tricks. I mean, stories. Honestly, I got many more, but I don't know. Can we do like a 24-hour podcast?
Man, we should next time I invite you, we should do a live stream.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We should do a live stream. Like I feel like okay, so this is the episode season climax of season 2 for Too Much Free Time. Interesting, we have Boner
Okay.
back. So season 3, we're gonna try some more things out. Cause like now Apple has a new camera. Again, the IOU situation. Has a new camera, and we can do more remote streams as well. And also, if I get a camera by that point, we can also do like live streams more. Cause right now, like, of course, weekly edits is definitely a system that we have. But for the past few episodes, we've been doing so much editing that the things take so long. And now, obviously, our last episode that is in chronologically right now, the episode's supposed to be out. The where we talk about Luxium and Noctix with Luna and Matahari. That one is not out yet because Apple was so busy for the past week. So yeah, sometimes
Sad.
we should try out live streaming eventually. Because Apple is now a streamer. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. I'm a good streamer.
I'm not
Apple
gonna let you plug it.
streams, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah,
I can
but
stream
yeah.
for like 10 hours normally. 6 hours.
Oh no. Okay. Next time we get Boner, we're gonna do a 24-hour stream. Lol. Nah.
Ah!
I mean,
Spicy.
Sleeping
though.
stream.
Cannot. No, literally like me, like every person sleeps for 8 hours on like different shifts. I sleep 8 hours. Apple's like Boner will sleep 8 hours. Then Apple sleep 8 hours. There's at least 2 people every time. Just kidding. That's I don't know, man. For those of you who suggest things we can do next time, we put it down in the comments below. That should be it for today's episode on traveling. Thanks for coming and joining us, Boner. It's amazing to have
as
you
always,
here.
thank you for having me. I always have a blast on these podcasts.
Yeah, we should definitely have you at least once every season, minimum, right? We're surprisingly Matahari's becoming the third
Yeah.
co-host here. So I don't know.
Oh.
Boner is joking with me like, oh my God, you keep inviting that guy, but not me. Oh my.
Oh my god.
yeah.
I was just kidding with you, man.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But imagine though getting Boner more often. But he is a busy man. I believe he's a busy man. So we'll get him again for season 3. So for those of you who are following us, do give the show a like, subscribe. This is Too Much Free Time FM. Follow us again. We're coming with season 3 maybe like 2 weeks or another month after the season finale comes out. And hopefully you guys will join us and have fun with us. Available on all the platforms for podcasts and everything. Also on YouTube specifically. So again, my name is Snivy.
And I'm Apple.
I'm Boner.
Yeah, we didn't prepare you for that. Yeah. So again, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys on hope to see you guys on season 3. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Fuck off.
What? Apple. Oh, that's so mean.